Another one. Get another one. And smile as you do it. We were thoroughly energized. Extraordinary. Now let's get energized internally.
Anita, I'm sorry, could you speak a little louder?
Sure. Because when I go internal, I go silent. So that's just the natural way. So I'll just shout over you. So yeah. So go silent. This is about silent observation. Observation generally is silent. Why am I saying it's silent? Because if it is silent, it's also empathetic. Part of what we just did, we talked about just now and how we summarized it. But how do we do that? There's always a space that we got to create within ourselves first, so that we can create the space for others. So it all begins with me. So this game is going to be in absolute silence. No comments, no clapping, no prompting, no tapping. Are we good with the rules? All right. I need 6 people here and I need 6 people here. Volunteers. No talking. I need more women. Do I have enough men? Okay, I need men now. Good, now you.
Chain.
Okay.
See the hand bracelet. The rest of the frame of the specs is upside down.
Louder, louder.
Frame of the specs which is upside down. I don't know how you're seeing me.
The game is in silence, so no laughter.
That's it.
Just here. Thank you.
That's it.
Okay.
His remote is spice. And I think the fingerings are.
Okay.
He's removed his watch.
I can't be that quick. It's okay if you don't know. Okay, move on.
Yeah. Remote his watch.
Okay,
Brown strap and golden diamond.
okay.
Two things that I think. One is there was a ring on this finger, which is no longer there, and I think she was wearing 2 earrings. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she removed her watch.
Bracelet.
Yeah, you have to speak louder. Thank you.
I think she removed something on her hand, watch or something.
Okay.
She said it's a bracelet.
Okay,
Yes, so he has removed his watch, which was on this list.
Right.
that's it.
Correct.
Okay.
I think he's removed his watch. And the collar is. No, I was with
He said she removed her slippers. She said no, she had them on.
He's saying no.
Okay. Fine. It's all right. Go ahead.
He has opened his first button of the shirt.
Okay.
He has certain thing, I believe pen or something in the pocket, but it doesn't.
No.
There's a button, that's it.
Button is right. He's removed his shirt button. Then he had buttoned his sleeves, which he's changed the position.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I guess I couldn't see his watch because his sleeve is sure. So I don't know what's there. Okay, but those two changes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So, so what happened here? What happened?
Observation.
Okay. But what is the experience as you looked at each other?
We don't look at the person minutely.
Pardon me?
We don't look at the person minutely.
You don't look at the person minute. Now we can talk a little louder for the other people. Thank you. Yes, we don't look at everyone in very minutely. We just
Detail.
look at them. We don't see them. Okay. What else? What happened when you were observing and looking at someone so intently?
We were looking at the observations, expressions, rather than just noticing the earrings and something. More expression.
So we were only noticing, we were not seeing again. We were noticing a few things of the person, but we were not seeing the person again.
Yeah. What I was observing is that he was kind of a restless. He was high with the energy. He was constantly moving forward and backward, which we didn't after second time we turned around. Then third thing is that he was chewing something, like he was making the action of chewing something. But he was very calm once he turned around and again we faced each other for the observation.
Very well done. Thank you. So the physical objects are only one part of the observation. It is really that internal part, that restlessness, that energetic connect that was shifting in him, which he observed the before and after. And that's when we really know how to communicate, because the silent language, it's not about teaching body language. It's just in the silence that he communicated how he was really feeling. And when we know how people are feeling, we can then really communicate in a manner so that we are understood. So thank you. That was absolutely very well said. What else happened? Go ahead, Harsha.
Okay. Initially, for a few seconds, I was feeling a little awkward. Somebody, staring
Yeah.
at me. So that was my initial feeling. Later on, I got a little comfortable. This is an exercise that we need to do. So then I started observing.
So which takes us that we go from the gross to the subtle. So we are looking, so we are first going through the act of observing, the act. Then we actually do the observing. If I had given you 45 seconds more, you would have gone deeper into the person. Once you went from the external, you would have gone deeper. So when you got uncomfortable, you were in the act of observing. Then you went into the being of observing. When you went within to say, he's another person, so what if he's a guy and he's looking at me? So it becomes neutral gender, gender neutral, and that discomfort that we have with gender sometimes stops us from communicating because of the discomfort that culturally we have put on communicating across genders. And that's a great one. That's why I wanted men and women in the group. When you're talking gender diversity, this is a phenomenal way of breaking down those barriers of male-female. And also if we have managers in the room and we have people who are staff or, then they're looking at each other, they've really not seen each other. So this is about the deepening of the yourself into really knowing the person. We had the adjectives. That's a starting point. So that is the external. Then we had other games which allowed us to understand that how through the previous game, that how we all talk to each other. It's all about the communication. But the depth of communication happens how you're feeling, how you go beyond your first challenges of discomfort. Oh, he's my boss, how can I look at him? Oh, he's a good man, how can I see him? Because we don't see people, because we don't have the comfort of seeing people. So
for me,
what else happened?
So for me, when I heard him out initially, it was a very impressive resume. So finance and very, very impressive. And when I was looking at him for 45 seconds, I actually didn't see any of that, I saw him as a human being, as probably a dad, as probably playing the same roles and experiencing the same struggles that we all do as human beings. So the resume didn't occur to me at all,
Bravo, very nice. Very nice. That's why I call it not just silent observation, empathetic. So what you experienced was empathetic observation, because we only empathize with humans, not with their titles. So you start really going in the state of being and empathy, and that's how you saw him thus. Thank you very well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think observers, my apologies. Observers. So what did you all feel watching them? Yes, sorry, 1 second. Yeah.
One more thing what happened between us was that we were smiling, we were looking at each other at the initial 5-10 seconds, but later on, because she was moving, I felt that awkwardness in her, because she was moving. So I just lowered my eyes, then looked at her, and then she also felt a bit comfortable. This is what I suppose. And later on, after that, it was back to normal.
Empathetic observation. He saw the discomfort, he reached out to her, and they regrouped again. Same thing, empathy for the other person. Thank you.
In my case, looking at him after some time, I started feeling bored. So basically, I started.
Let's stay silent.
So then I thought I'll do some musty where I'll raise my eyebrows, but actually he raised his eyebrows.
Because I could see that she was getting restless at the fact that.
So, but I was not sure. As she said, there was a gender difference, so I didn't do that. And I could see him raising the eyebrows, so I started raising the eyebrows, and we got connected.
So what happened here? Through observation, they found a way to engage with each other in a fun way. Now that is communication, but again through observation you realize the awkwardness, but you all chose fun because that's your inherent beingness is fun. So you chose your biggest strength, which was fun, and then worked it with each other.
Rapport building.
That's right, but your inherent strength is what you used, was fun. So then you'll use that as a common ground to be able to start the engagement.
Actually, when the second time when we turned our back and when we came back, there was a lot of conditional thing which is there. You know, I first looked at, honestly speaking, in the first one I did not see her from top to bottom. I was just on the face.
Yes, I noticed that. Everybody was doing just that. I said observe. I didn't say don't look. So like hello.
So I didn't do this, you know. But when I observed her very patiently the second time, I saw that her specs were not they were upside down. I was wondering how is she able to, and I did not notice it in the first thing. They were the same way as earlier. And she made it upside down, and after that we were communicating our eyes that these are some changes which we had possibly done, which we were able to find out through the eye contact.
And there's a last debrief of the game which I haven't finished. You would have noticed that most people will go back to wearing or doing their adjusting themselves to the normal condition again when they after the game. So see, she turned her
Specs.
she put it back. She put her Mangal Sutra back. What does that mean? Why did they go back to that
Comfort zone. We want to go to the comfort zone immediately, and that is how we want to be presented as.
Comfort zone, that is why we go back, because that's habit. This is another debrief that one can work, is that if you want to break a team's habit of going and doing the same things and you're trying to instill and change, if they keep it like this, it's a great way to penny drop, is that if you went back to doing what you were doing, then nothing has changed. So therefore, if you include this new learning, whatever that you are teaching, into the process, then change will happen. Otherwise, you're not going to roll your sleeves back, wear your Mangal Sutra again, and wear your slippers again, and you're back to being back here. Companies spend a lot of money, and you're not going to change. And you could take this as a metaphor right through if you want to anchor that piece of change. It could be process, it could be leadership, it could be a model, it could be just about anything. So this brain can be used, as you can see, in very multiple ways, and make it your own, but the silence is the critical part here, because we don't use it enough. So observers, what did you all see?
One observation. I'm really thrilled, what she could observe in me, And what I probably find from this activity is, it also depends on, not only just observer who's kind of observing, it's also the person who's kind of reflecting.
Yes.
What's the thought process. Probably when we are looking at each other, and I started smiling, she started smiling, and probably some brain waves are actually getting transferred and exchanged. And that is how, when she said, I could see a dad, I'm so moved by, because when I'm watching, I was looking at a mother, a human being, a woman, and I was trying to kind of get into her soul, how beautiful soul this could be. So those kind of feelings I could get in me. Oh, what a wonderful woman, what a nice smile, you must be a good soul. So that kind of feelings I started having. And I think that is probably something which you kind of communicate, right?
Yes.
Communicate back. So it's also a person who's kind of reflecting, not just the person who's observing.
Yeah, so the whole idea was mirroring. You were mirroring each other, you all were the mirror to each other, but this was a window to your soul.
Right.
Using the external as a starting point to go into the soul.
Because your eyes can't lie.
Your eyes are their
can't lie.
soul, right? And Ganesh and this wonderful gentleman, they energetically, he understood and went right into his soul and observed the restlessness. Y'all also, all of y'all, how you made each other comfortable, y'all use your eyes to really enter the soul, and all of y'all did it in your own way. And so, in fact, doesn't matter whether it was big, small, that is not the point. The point is everyone did it.
But you can get connected to anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just be present. So, observers, what did you all...
It's done for today.